Right now at 6, a protest in La Crosse. What's triggering the community outcry?
And a highly anticipated festival returns. What you can expect at this year's Irish Fest.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski.
Reactions are mixed in Onalaska neighborhoods as the city addresses property values.
News 8 Now's Allison Ferget is learning what the new numbers from the reassessment mean for your property taxes.
Property values went up by an average of 29% compared to the last evaluation in 2022. So we went to City Hall to understand why. City Administrator Rick Niemeyer says the state mandated Onalaska to reassess property values earlier than usual after homes were selling way above market value. On average, property values went up 29%, but that doesn't mean everyone will see a hike in taxes. Niemeyer says the state mandates the city can only receive so much from property taxes. So these new property values will change how residents split the tax amount, but it will not allow the city to collect more taxes overall.
So if you are above 29%, you are likely to see some form of an increase in your taxes. If you're under 29%, you may see a slight decrease in your taxes. So it makes it more fair and more equitable to those based on people's properties and what their values are.
Anyone with questions about their property's new assessed value can call the city's assessor's office. We'll have that information available on our website. Reporting in Onalaska, Allison Ferget, News 8 Now.
Residents are rallying against immigration and customs enforcement in La Crosse. It is happening at the corner of Losey and Mormon Coulee Road. Demonstrators say ICE is against what America stands for. And the group plans to gather weekly with rotating protest themes.
I don't think there can ever be too much protesting. I think the fact that so many people are out here protesting really speaks to the urgency of so many different topics that are really troubling to a lot of Americans.
Organizers say next week's theme is calling for the release of the Epstein files. If you don't have weekend plans, you're in luck. Irish Fest returns to La Crosse tomorrow.
And tonight, Moon Tunes is celebrating with Irish music. News 8 Now's Grace Funk joins us there live. How's it going out there?
Tonight, the Irish Fest lineup is playing here at Moon Tunes, and this is just a little taste of what you can expect this weekend. The three-day event starts tomorrow with an opening ceremony at 3 p.m. The weekend will feature live music, Irish food, and activities for kids. This will be the Fest's 20th year. Irish Fest President Pat Stevens says they're going all out to celebrate.
We got 20 years and 20 different entertainment groups that are coming in. So we've got the 4 stages. They'll all be busy. You can kind of pick the kind of music that you want.
The event runs through Sunday at the Oktoberfest grounds. And you can find the link to purchase tickets on our website. Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Always a fun time. Thank you, Grace. And the mother of the Abundant Life Christian school shooter has been found dead. According to police, Melissa Ruppnow died by an apparent suicide. Ruppnow's daughter Natalie killed a teacher and a student and injured 6 others at the school last year before dying by suicide. Melissa's ex-husband Jeffrey is charged with 2 felony counts for giving Natalie weapons.
Not guilty pleas for the man accused in the deadly Minnesota lawmaker shootings. Vance Belter faces 6 federal charges, including murder. Prosecutors say Belter disguised himself as a police officer and fatally shot Minnesota House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband. He's also accused of shooting Minnesota State Senator John Hoffman and his wife, though they both survived. Prosecutors have yet to decide whether they'll pursue the death penalty.
The former Home Depot supervisor accused of sexual assault is bound over for trial. Felipe Gale Vasquez Rodea is accused of exposing himself to a 17-year-old employee in the parking lot. Vasquez Rhodes was placed on administrative leave and faces 3 felony charges. Now, if convicted, he could face up to 40 years in prison.
Weather-wise, the temperature is heating up and that mugginess is certainly in the air, Greg.
Yeah, the comfortable conditions are not going to last too long when it's August here. So we got that going for at least 3 or 4 more days, and the thunderstorm activity too that's going to be coming through. But overall today, temperatures upper 80s. Even a few areas got close to 90. We had more sun and less clouds than anticipated. didn't have quite all the storms we thought might develop this afternoon with that overnight complex. There's your dew points right now. We're all the way up into the low 70s, so it's definitely going to be muggy, and these won't really fall off too much for a few days. Current feel-like temperatures, that pushes those up into the low 90s, and that's just the start of it. But for this evening, really, there's still a small chance for a shower, but it's not really for Eau Claire. But notice the temperature's only getting back down to 77, so the muggy conditions continue. La Crosse does have that opportunity maybe for a shower throughout the evening. Most areas will probably remain dry, but it's going to be a muggy evening, only getting back to 77 as we get to 10 p.m. There's your activity right now. That complex is well to the south, but it's been pushing a lot of waves up. We'll kind of time out to see if we got any more storms for later tonight, how hot it's going to get for Friday, and then how storms will maybe impact your weekend activities too, all a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
And in News 8 Now follow-up, bridge construction on Highway 35 between Holman and Trempealeau is delayed until 2029. The project would replace Tank Creek Bridge and East and West Channel Black River bridges. The delay comes after WisDOT went back on its plan to close both lanes during repairs due to community pushback.
An Onalaska Democrat says Trump administration tariffs are hurting western Wisconsin.
News 8 Now's Brooklyn Hine joins us with how consumers could also feel the financial pinch.
State Senator Brad Pfaff says tariffs are hitting farmers hard and consumers' wallets could be next. Pfaff today visited a Westby farm alongside Wisconsin Farmers Union President Darren Von Ruden. They say taxes on fertilizer and farm equipment are devastating farmers the most.
It makes it more expensive for the farmer to grow the crop, and it makes it more expensive for the consumer to purchase that crop from the farmer. So the farmer's losing on both ends.
Pfaff and Von Ruden say consumers can expect these tariffs to drive up the cost of meat, produce, and dairy products. Pfaff says tariffs on Wisconsin agriculture hurt the entire state economy. In the newsroom, Brooklyn Hine, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Brooklyn. GOP Congressman Tom Tiffany ordered a timeline for when he may announce a campaign for governor. He says he will make his decision by the end of September. Tiffany has hinted at entering the race in recent months, but said the decision will depend on whether he's ready to leave Congress.
A bobcat sighting in the town of Madary. Resident Nick Osowski says it was trying to get into his chicken coop. He says all his chickens are safe, but he wanted to warn his neighbors in case they had pets in the area. Still ahead, downtown La Crosse bringing shopping outdoors, how you can get in on the deals.
And the Children's Museum hosting an event of their own. The fun and food they have planned when we come back.
If you have aging or cracked sewer lines that need to be replaced, choose Maxwell White. We make sewer replacements a stress-free process and make sure your lines are good to go for many years to come. For a limited time only, we're offering financing with 0% interest for 48 months. So call today.
Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And get great savings on red seedless grapes, just $1.99 a pound. 8-ounce New York strips, just $7.99. And Lay's kettle cooked or rolled gold, just $1.99 when you buy 3. Save in-store and online Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
There's never been a better time to enjoy quality Smith Brothers sofa sectionals and chairs than right now during the annual Smith Brothers sale at Drury's in Fountain. You'll save on the latest sofa styles, stunning casual sectionals, and cozy chairs and recliners, even luxurious leather designs. Smith Brothers, made in America by skilled craftsmen dedicated to putting quality first. Plus, there's even special 24-month financing on all Smith Brothers furniture. Smith Brothers furniture at the best prices of the year, now at Drury's in Fountain.
Stubborn clog that just won't give? With our drain cleaning services, we can remove those stubborn blockages without jeopardizing the integrity of your pipes. For a limited time, we're offering financing options with no interest if paid in full within 18 months. So call today.
Downtown La Crosse is bringing the shopping outdoors this weekend.
News 8 Now, Seth Padilla takes a look at the downtown sidewalk sale.
Businesses are lining up in downtown La Crosse with their merchandise like this outside, getting ready for that summer sales event. More than a dozen local businesses are bringing their merchandise outside, offering big discounts and showcasing what makes shopping local special. The event features live music, food, and bargains from stores like the Antique Store, Rose Jewelers, and Willow Boutique.
Downtown sidewalk sale is really important for downtown businesses. Not only are we supporting local and supporting these businesses, we're also creating experience and memories for people downtown.
The summer sidewalk sale is a 3-day event, so you got until Saturday to check out the deals. And if you're looking for a place to support local businesses, look no further because you know where to go. In La Crosse, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now.
The Children's Museum is getting in on the fun too, bringing the museum outside and creating a new play area and inviting food trucks to set up shop.
It's a cool place and it's nice out right now, so it's good for playing.
Food trucks will park in the Brightspeed sidewalk every day this weekend from 11 a.m. to 3.
2 people are dead after a helicopter crashed into a Mississippi River barge. It happened near Alton, Illinois, which is just north of St. Louis. Police say the helicopter was working on power lines when it went down, sparking a fire. No one on the barge was hurt. The crash is under investigation. And stunning video from Poland, a train hitting a van with the driver still inside. That happened just outside the city of Kraków. Video shows the van attempting to cross the tracks but becoming trapped. The driver amazingly escaped unharmed and no one on the train was hurt.
Construction has been temporarily paused at Florida's so-called alligator Alcatraz. A federal judge ordered the state to stop adding new lighting, infrastructure, pavement, and fencing at the site for the next 14 days. The controversial detention center is based in the Florida Everglades. The judge's ruling came after she heard arguments about whether the new facility violates environmental laws. The hearing is scheduled to continue with more questioning next week.
ChatGPT's artificial intelligence is now more intelligent. The tech giant OpenAI launched GPT-5. The company says the update is better at coding, writing, and answering medical questions. OpenAI's CEO says if GPT-4 was like talking to a college student, this new version will be like talking to an expert with a PhD. Well, we'll have more news ahead tonight.
But first,
definitely going to get hot and humid at least the end of the week, but then we do have storms coming in that could impact your weekend activities, and maybe some could be severe. We'll explain all that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
The end of summer floor sample sale at International Furniture is a rare opportunity for huge savings. Floor samples up to 50% off. All in-stock pictures, lamps, rugs, and accessories up to 50% off. International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
The 30% tax credit will end this year, so lock in your savings, reduce your electric bills, and get the full 30% credit while it's still available. Call 608-780-2347 to get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy today.
The Meats family has finally gained a member. Meet Applewood Smoked Ham. Smoked is their middle name. 2 for $7 ham and Swiss melts. Arby's, we have the meats.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar. For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily, Jardiance, at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardiance. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
The end of summer floor sample sale at International Furniture is a rare opportunity for huge savings. Floor samples up to 50% off. All in-stock pictures, lamps, rugs, and accessories up to 50% off. International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
Yeah, we definitely have the heat and humidity coming back for the next, at least Friday, and some areas could even see it for Saturday. Now for heat headlines or heat advisories, extreme heat stuff, right now we're not going to see it probably over our area because we really need to see a lot more over 100. There's cloud cover that could play in a factor. Further north, you go north of Ladysmith where the threshold is lower. That's the area that could be a concern with for more heat, and obviously the urban heat effect over in the Minneapolis area, Twin Cities areas, that's where you could probably see more of the impact. But regardless of this, it's going to be hot and humid for at least Friday. And those are your temperatures right now, upper 70s, low 90s. This all depends on how much cloud cover sticks around. If we get less cloud cover, you can boost these temperatures up probably 3 to 4 degrees like we had today where they were a little bit warmer. Otherwise, they may stick down in the upper 80s to near 90. Regardless, it's going to be muggy out there. That shower, maybe an opportunity now to explain where that could happen too. As you look at the feel-like temperatures going throughout the noon hour, you can see we're already approaching potentially 90 in the afternoon time frame. Early afternoon, probably low 90s. As we get towards that 3 to about 6 p.m. time frame, that's when you could see the heat and sea values get close to 100, maybe exceeded across the area. But you see a lot of areas still in the mid 90s. Just depends how much sun, but there could be a few areas that hit 100 for maybe an hour. Even through the Friday evening, regardless of the temperatures, the heat and sea values are still going to be in the low 90s, so muggy through Friday evening. Definitely stay hydrated even as the sun goes down. Those conditions aren't going to change overnight too. Saturday's highs really are probably a low confidence forecast because a lot of cloud cover is going to play a factor in how warm or cool we get, and that depends. Right now, mid 80s, probably a better shot to see maybe a 90 as you go farther east and south. Less of a chance as you go farther north, but that just depends on how much cloud cover and the storms come through. So muggy conditions still, that'll be the main theme. Now, as for storms right now for this evening, there's still an opportunity. As you see, some are trying to develop here further south across the area. We'll have to keep an eye on this. It would be isolated activity, but that threat remains really pretty much south of I-90 and then spreads a little bit further north through about 9 to 10 p.m. So something to keep in mind of. Have your app handy and you have radar on there if anything pops up, but right now that chance would be fairly low. Regardless, we could see a little bit of haze or fog in the morning at some areas given all the humidity out there. But the main thing watching for the thunderstorms that I mentioned, cloud cover will come on, be on the increase further north you go for tomorrow morning. Right now, all that activity should remain to the east. As you can see, that complex dies pretty quickly, but we got a lot of cloud cover that comes through, and how much we have come through and how long it lingers, it'll play a role in what our afternoon temperatures look like. Right now, I think it will see less as we go in the afternoon, and that will allow us to get close to 90 or in the 90s. But some areas further north may have cloud cover stick around a little bit into the afternoon time frame too, so that'll play a role. Otherwise, we look at Friday night and Saturday, and that's when the main thunderstorm complexes get close enough with the cold front to the west. You'll see this activity develop Friday night well north of the area, then dive south. Now, it will weaken as it gets closer, but there's an opportunity to see some of this activity come through Friday and then decrease. This is one scenario. If this doesn't happen, then we could see more activity in the afternoon. With this scenario, the severe threat would be a little bit minimized because it's coming through late morning, early afternoon with a little bit of redevelopment in the afternoon time frame. But the late afternoon and evening for most of the area, minus further south, will probably be quiet. This could change, so definitely stay tuned when we got the activity. The severe threat is there depending on timing, and damaging winds would be the main threat we'll look at going forward. Once we get past that, Sunday chances are there, but I think a lot more of that will be for further southern areas. And then as we go through the early next week, we cool down gradually. Our temperatures get closer to seasonal. The dew points come back to more typical, and the humidity drops a little bit there too. So overall, it'll be more quiet as we go through next week. But stay well hydrated Friday night too, and even Saturday. And then we'll have to time out the storms, and hopefully they do come morning to about noon, and that lessens the threat for most of the area to see any more afternoon activity. But that could change, so stay tuned for updates on that.
Absolutely. Water bottles if you're going to what? Brad Paisley, ZZ Top, or Daughtry on Friday night in Arcadia?
Darius Rucker,
everything,
all
man.
of them.
All right, stay safe out there. Thank you, Greg. And coming up next in sports, X Factor sidelined. How long one of the Packers' top players from last year might be out of action. Plus, our pigskin previews continue. An update from Onalaska as the Toppers look for another successful campaign. Jacob is next.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Don't wait for better water. With Maxwell White Water Conditioning, you get water you will feel good about. With every sip, every bath, every day. And easy financing to make it happen now. Call today and start enjoying better water tomorrow.
We see you out there making the most of every moment.
Happy birthday, buddy.
One big, bright idea at a time. At Blaine's, we're glad to be part of it by offering best-in-class products and solutions at unbeatable farm and fleet prices. Like select name brand tires, buy 3, get 1 free for rewards members. 10% off Carl Star specialty tires. Rewards members save 15%. And select Best Air furnace filters, just $19.99. Find value on the things you value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
I'm Mike Rowe, and this is the most honest commercial you're going to see all week.
Today, we're waterproofing a basement.
How long do you think this problem has been a problem?
Well, actually, the homeowner told us that she's lived here for 42 years, and when they first moved in, they had water issues.
Yeah.
That is like your telltale sign of like, hey, I'm having an issue, and that's when people should call.
Get a free and honest inspection with Innovative Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Tired of hard water and harsh chlorine? Maxwell White Water Conditioning brings you the all-new dual media water softener. Say hello to softer skin, luxurious hair, and water that feels amazing. Call Maxwell White today, where better water starts here.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, the countdown to kickoff continues, and today we shift our attention to another one of those teams that finished atop the MVC in a tie for first a season ago, and it was the Hilltoppers' third straight year finishing in first place in conference, a testament to the tradition that's been built in that program. Tom Yashinsky is entering year number 14 as the head man of Onalaska football, and he has established a culture and expectation with his players. And Coach Yashinsky knows that, especially in these early stages of the season, there is no time to waste.
You have to use every bit of it to get better. It shapes the habits that you have. So that's the biggest part of that first week is what are you going to do? How are you going to act? How are you going to carry yourself? And you get lazy early, it's going to carry yourself throughout the entire season, so you really got to stay on top of things.
Ian Cole is back as the starting quarterback for the Hilltoppers, but the offense will look a little different with the loss of Cam Cornett to graduation. Regardless, Cole and the rest of that unit knows that there are guys ready and willing to take the next step, and it all starts with the team motto, Pound the Rock.
For me, it means coming in every day, working hard. Every time we walk out of practice, we touch the rock for a reason. Because every practice, we get one step closer to winning conference, hopefully going to state.
Onalaska's pursuit for another season resulting in a playoff berth begins with a big one in 2 weeks from tomorrow on the road against rival West Salem. And in exactly 31 days, the Packers' regular season will get underway. But first, preseason matchups the next few Saturdays. If you're in Green Bay this weekend for the game, expect to see some starters playing, but don't expect to see Xavier McKinney, as he says a lingering calf injury more than likely will keep him out of the upcoming exhibitions and maybe even practice.
Probably not, but I mean, we'll see what happens. Obviously, glad that kind of we caught it when we caught it. So just kind of trying to take it slow, and then the build up, obviously. But I'll be ready when it's time to go, for sure.
McKinney is coming off a career year where he had 88 tackles, 8 interceptions, which was good enough for second most in all of football. He did clarify, guys, later in the interview that when it's time means week 1.
Sure.
So he's hoping to be back for week 1. But hopefully all things get taken care of and the rest helps him.
Absolutely. And it's not like he's fighting for a roster spot. We know he's the center fielder on that football field.
He was fun to watch last year for that unit for sure. And that could be one of the best in football if he's on his A game. So we'll see.
Didn't he have like 5 straight games with an interception?
I think the first 5 of the year. It was fun
crazy
stuff to watch.
Yeah,
You
nice
won't see
intro.
Xavier this weekend, but you will see Jacob. So
will.
go up and say hi.
Find him in the
Tag.
stands.
See me
Send
out
him to
there, I'll be in
us.
the stands. Also, no Brewers tonight. Brewers off tonight.
Yes.
No baseball. But they are rolling, still in first place.
That's the only way
Thanks
they
for-
don't win is when they don't play.
Yeah. Thanks for the update.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Greg has final look at your forecast right after this.
US Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Isn't it time you turn your backyard into the oasis you've always wanted? Come to La Crosse Fireplace Company and find your outdoor setup. Imagine gathering with family and friends around your wood-fired pizza oven. Sit back and relax around your new fire table. Available in different sizes and styles to fit your lifestyle and budget. Stop in this month and receive 15% off all in-stock outdoor products. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is outside by the fire.
Since 1946, Coon Valley Dairy Supply has been more than a business. It's a family legacy. We take pride in our reputation of dependability and community impact, built on decades of trust, which is why we offer LS Tractor, your partner in the field, on the ranch, and at home. When you start with LS Tractor's award-winning power, reliability, features, and comfort, you end up staying a customer for life.
Available at the Coon Valley Dairy Supply, celebrating 79 years in business. LS Tractor, start blue, stay blue.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
No, and you get the latest phones.
High five.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
All right, there's a small chance for a shower this evening. Most areas will remain dry. Muggy night, could even be a little bit more haze, mist, fog once again as you wake up for tomorrow morning. Otherwise, the big story going for tomorrow is going to be the hot and humid conditions. And then the uncertainty on Saturday with the showers and thunderstorms coming through. There is a severe risk, so we'll have to kind of monitor that too. Sunday, the shower thunderstorm chance is far less. And then we begin to kind of drop those temperatures and the humidity levels as we go throughout next week more towards typical temperatures. But definitely stay hydrated Friday and even Saturday, and then stay tuned for updates on Saturday.
Saturday, you'll be at Irish Fest, so you'll be giving everyone an hour-by-hour update
There you
in
go.
person live.